Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Conquest of Elysium 3 with me, BrainBoy20. When we last left off, we had continued to concede any territorial gains that we possibly had, with the exception of guard towers and any towns that happened to have a slight amount of defenses. In return, we had created two humongous death stacks the enemy's trying to avoid, and we're using these forces in an attempt to capture any recruitment location that we know of, which still include this old castle, this castle down here somewhere if I could find it. There it is. And this guard tower. And we're hoping to capture enough citadels to just kill them all off. So current plan is to take Ulu and Uoth, send them down to this castle, claim it, head north, check out these locations, see if there's anything that they could possibly take. If not, capture this castle, recapture this guard tower, and just keep taking things from them. Because at this point, I've effectively given up. Because I don't want to continue this anymore. We've kept this going on long enough. We don't need to do this for like 900 years. Trust me. I'm getting sick of this too. Like, I enjoy Conquest of Elysium. I don't enjoy it when it takes this long. And Uoth, you could theoretically do some summons, but I don't feel any particular urge to do so. Well, the crossbowmen are basically going to do all the work here. The sheer number. What are these guys' levels? Are they all level 4? No, they're effectively random, okay. But they're all breaching level 3 because they're still with the weapons master. Like, if this death stack dies, I don't really care. I just want to end the game. And if it gets to a point where I feel as if there's literally no chance of victory, because this is an all-or-nothing play, if you haven't figured that out already, if there's no chance of victory, then I'm probably going to end the game next episode. Maybe. Like, I could theoretically recover, but odds are it's going to take way too long, and I don't care much for recovering. Note, these things have a melee attack of a short sword. The catapult wields the short sword, clearly. And we get to rock out to these awesome tunes of people reloading. Alright, we won, we lost maybe about an equal amount. It looks like they don't actually care about trying to capture this location, so this just gives Ulu and Uoth more time. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to actually ignore the hamlet. Oh well. In this deserted town where there are no units, we'll just do a small batch of recruitment of heavy infantry, just to make sure we can hold on to that place. Barely. Now I'm just gonna check out here. And this is the boundary. Okay. So that's good to hear. As that is the boundary, I don't really have to care about what goes on up there. I can just head south. So he's reclaiming the temple, which just brings him slightly closer. They're not going up north. So we can just send Ulu and Uoth to go hunt them down. And if they remain in the ancient temple, that's good. If they don't, then we'll head south and try to capture this castle. Hussar, your goal is actually to claim the old castle. Well, actually, check over here. Okay, we know that they're there. Or at least one of the 3 death stacks are here. That's okay to know. He's too much of a scaredy cat to even bother, and he's running away from Hussar, which is exactly as expected, I guess. What has he got? He's got banded cavalrymen and a bunch of melee frontliners. We have a fair amount of ranged troops. I'm actually going to go take out this small force. Well, small by comparison. Hussar is going to continue heading south. He's going to try to reclaim this old castle so they don't really bother us anymore. I could theoretically send Fanon north to try to take the castle by himself, but I doubt that would work. As these guys only have melee troops, we have a definite advantage here, so we're just going to gut them. We got all our main frontliners, the ones that actually deal the most damage. But here's the melee line, and oh, of course they killed them all. Why can't the AI just be smart and leave just one really weak enemy alive so they can't deal damage to us? And while we did lose a fair amount of troops, I don't actually remember what we came in with, we did still kill off one of their larger stacks, which reduces their ability to recapture stuff from us. So yeah, we're effectively cheesing the game. I don't care. If they wanted a fair fight, I would have chosen Jester. Alright, so they're going to be trying to take stuff back from us, which is to be expected. Although you're severely weakened. While you are severely weakened, I kind of want to reclaim this castle soon. So how am I going to do that? What's the quickest way? Technically the quickest way would be through here. So we're just going to continue marching. Well, it was the quickest way until it revealed that it was not the quickest way. Ulu, can you actually transfer these guys over? You can transfer one of the two over. So yeah, no. Hussar. Ignore the guard tower, just head south. You're gonna have to go through this forest and you'll be claiming this old castle here. And you're probably going to claim that guard tower after we lose it, guaranteed. I don't know why I'm overthinking this so much. I'm literally just moving 2 units at a time. And he ignores the guard tower. And he ignores that guard tower. Neat. Alright. Ulu. Uluoth. We're going to use special power, but we're just going to contact the deep ones. I hate when it just fails like that. That just ticks me off. Like, no reason, just you fail. Hussar's going to come down here to continue trying to claim the old castle. I guess in that guard tower with no units we'll recruit some heavy infantry just to slow anything down that tries to capture it back. This guy dies. They're not moving. Or at least they're not moving in ways I can see. Which means they're probably on their way here to reclaim back the deserted town that they just lost. So we're going to head down. And we are on the doorstep of this castle. Hussar will be on the doorstep of the old castle here, which has a ludicrous amount of troops. But that's to be expected of the AI at this level of difficulty. And I also have the problem of not knowing if there are any enemies up here. Because this plan fails if there's a single citadel up here. But there's actually a good way to check this. Zemi High Cultist. Number of citadels. I'm going to assume that this means that there are only 2 citadels left. So this is deserted town, guard tower. And since I didn't claim a citadel there, so if I claim 2 more citadels, they get set to 0 and lose by default. At least, that's what should happen, and what I'm used to. So we just need to claim that castle, and this guard tower. So we claim the castle this turn. We'll lose an amount of troops to do so, but this is acceptable. Ooh. Oh, he can't make it this turn. So, 1, 2... 1, 2, 3... Okay, we can barely reach. Barely. Oh, you guys have a... Oh yeah, you're giant-sized. Forgot about that. But as long as there are no independents right here, which I'm actually going to... yeah, I can do this. I'm going to sacrifice Uoth and the other one, Xanos, just to try to ensure that no independents show up here. Because if there are no independents, I can kill them off next turn. And there's nothing they can do to stop me. Hail Crossbow King! Crossbows are amazing. When you have this many of them, at least. Although archers might be slightly better. But I went so heavily into crossbows that I decided, why not? Okay, seriously, what are the differences? Well, I shouldn't compare these two just because. Okay, so crossbows deal double damage. Or have the chance to deal double damage. But they just have to take a turn reloading. I was about to say, are we doing more reloading? Why would we need to? You know, I would have been happy if the crossbowmen just by themselves have wiped out the enemy in that turn. Thank you, Basalt Queen. He's desperately trying to go grab this. We've claimed the castle. We're just gonna check this. Winter. I hate you, Winter. I hate you. You artificially extend this game so much. They have one place left that they could possibly recruit from. And their independence in the way anyway. Fine. Alright. Fine. If for some reason... Well, maybe we can... Maybe we can dissuade them. Because, as you know, the AI is stupid. I hope. Alright. This is literally going to be their last town. The deserted town of before. And the only reason we can't claim this is because it happened to be winter and an independent got in the way. So end turn. I don't need to see this. Yep, he's not dumb. He's taking it back. They're taking back the one up north. They've taken back the deserted town. So we can't end the game this turn. Because the game is stupid. It doesn't let me end the game when I want to. Why must you torture me this way? Why must I be forced to wait? Because they're going to be reclaiming this guard tower, unless for some reason they ignore it. We'll do archers. Just do some archers. Maybe it'll dissuade them? Because I just want to end this in a victory. In a victory I so totally deserve. I'm just looking at this for a brief moment, because I'm just going to skip it anyway. Yeah, we just kill them anyway. Regardless of what they do, they die. Well, especially since we killed the frontliners, now they're not going to have almost any troops at the start of this. So, skip. Yeah, they reclaim it. Skip it. So they reclaim their stuff. But we've claimed the far more distant aspects of this place. Hussar... What's the quickest way? Quickest way is in this general direction. You'll go into the Dead Forest, the regular forest, and then can make your double movements up north. Ulu... Just please. I don't care if they're not going to be able to reclaim this castle. I refuse to let them. But we just need to end this somehow. And Uoth... is this late winter? Yeah, it's late winter, so while you're still giant-sized, move down here and rejoin your friends. End turn, they reclaim this, and he's going for the old castle. I don't care about Fanon, stop selecting him. And this is going to slow you down by an amount, but what can I do about that? Contact old ones. Why must you fail every time I try anything? Alright, we'll just sit you there, make sure that there's a buffer that they cannot claim. And what we'll do here is, Ulu will reclaim this deserted town, and we'll just sit here and make sure they don't reclaim this place. Because I would love... You know what, Fanon, you've sat around and done nothing. You'll sentry, because I don't want to deal with you anymore. He's going to bypass it, which makes sense. Ulu. Quickest way would be through this direction. Not even going to try to do any summons, if I can avoid it. You have more units than I do, but you're not willing to attack into this position, which is great for me. I hope that they'll leave the guard tower alone, but I doubt it. Oh, come on! I'm sick of you! Stop reclaiming stuff, just let me win. Let me win already. Special power, old ones. Thank you. You actually, successfully do something instead. You're intelligent. Congrats. There's actually an alternate way to win this now. Shigmel, I want you to send a lesser horror. There. Send a lesser horror. There. Because... Oh... Catapult. Because if my horrors win... I might have just gotten a victory. Or at least a possible chance at victory. So what I'm going to do now... Ulu, you're going to just move north, as is your birthright. Uoth will follow Ulu. Shigmel will just... he will move out into the ocean. The notion is that he'll be out in the ocean. He won't do anything else but sit in the ocean, and is just going to spam cast horror on any place that they try to capture. And using my rapidly dwindling reserve of funds, trade administration, buy sacrifices, which you've been doing, which is actually pretty good. Now, Miss Delo, I am actually willing to lose the Crystal Tower. But we're going to reclaim the guard tower using Miss Delo. Hussar can wait here, and he can do the defensive runs of the guard tower and the old castle. He just needs to hold these two locations. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. So in 3 turns we can recapture the deserted town. 2 turns we can reach the guard tower. But he insta-kills them because of obvious reasons. He leaves. We don't have to recapture any of that stuff. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna move Shigmel out into the ocean. Okay, they know for a fact Mistalo's there. And where's the crystal tower? We're going to just dump another batch of heavy infantry in there. And Hussar's just going to sit inside and wait. So this is probably putting him on drained reserves. And in theory, in 2 turns, we can win. In theory. Ulu? If we had slightly stronger forces, we could win that turn. Archer and swordsman. Take it. We outnumber them. Not only do we outnumber them, this thing can only kill, like, what, 4 people before we kill them. Uoth will capture the coastal village. And end turn. So we capture this. Totally deserved victory, go! Totally deserved victory, go, 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 go! Go! Go. Shigmel, special power, greater horror. Slow him down. Sometimes it misses. But we got a dream horror. Let's see what this does. Invisible, cannot be seen, is ethereal spirit sight floating. Dreamless sleep, causes sleep on all enemies. That is pre-battle. Strikes anywhere and then just astral claws. And astral hooks. And causes horror mark. Interesting. Mistalo, you will be remembered. I swear upon my soul, you will be remembered. Let's see. Messages? Not messages. Let's see, miss menu. Let's see, score graphs. Do they have any others for any reason whatsoever that I don't know of? So these guys might go down to 0, which means they should lose by default. End turn. These guys horror marked? Yep. That's amazing. Horror mark. I don't even remember what it does. Anyway, deserted town, we obviously win this battle because we just outnumber them so severely. Oh, we actually get to see Ulu fight. That's interesting. Finally! Jesus. Okay. So... Shigmel. Pray tell. Can you find... No, you can't. Ulu, I want you to transfer out... Oh, you can't transfer them out. Well, never mind then. So, Sigmi is dead. Miscellaneous menu. But we still have another enemy. An enemy that has somehow lived in spite of everything else. We still have to deal with the Barbarian, who's effectively dead. Effectively. He is currently at, like, 1 citadel. Which, Hussar, your goal is to find that citadel and burn it to the ground before Ulu gets there. Mistalo, you're now a scout. Just locate them, and transfer out these guys. You should have done that earlier, but who cares? And Uoth is just going to stick... Uoth, you're actually going to move out here, and you're going to go join the star spawn in the sea. So Uoth, you're just going to sit here and guard Shigmel. Shigmel is just going to astrology and try to locate them before we do. But that's rather difficult. So Mistalo, he's going to capture this, which means odds are these were owned by the cultists, which once again shows how many resources they just had. Ulu will just continue his march. No reason not to. And trade administration, we don't need tons of sacrifices anymore. Like, if I want to, the territory I control is just 3/4 of Elysium. If I wanted to draw this series out longer, which I'm not going to because it's just going to make people annoyed, I could easily just try to capture 3/4 of Elysium from the Independents, but odds are that... no, not odds are. Stop saying odds are. I would hate myself if I did that, because that kind of mission sucks. Shigmel, continue to astrology and see if you can locate someone. Okay, mounted cavalrymen. So we know that they're around there, which means Mistalo is actually the closest. Hussar is making good headway, and he will just start heading north. And Ulu will continue his march. And we shall end our turn. Continue to do some astrology work. Ah, there's the barbarian camp. Mistalo clearly cannot take that, but Hussar definitely can. Although Mistalo will just look. Maybe he'll find something interesting. But I'm thankful that they finally found that. End turn. Old Weapon Master has arrived. You're just going to sit inside the castle and do nothing. Ulu, march. Hussar, go into the plains. And Mistalo, your whole objective now is not to capture the barbarian camp. You're just there to prevent them from capturing any other location. And you know what I'm gonna do? Let us drop a greater horror just right here. And then perform an astrology. I should have done that first, because I could have just killed off this group. Ah well. Alright. Yeah, we end our turn. Hussar will continue moving north. Mistalo. I don't think you can actually claim this watchtower. You're actually one of the weakest armies I've ever had in a while, so I don't have high hopes for you. Hussar, you just cannot move because, you know, that's stupidity. Anyway, astrology, and we'll spawn another greater horror. Oh, might have just given them a village. Yeah, that kind of depends. I think those things all have magic attacks. This is a moon horror. A very spellcasty horror. Cast lots of spells. Knows deep magic and illusionism. Unfortunately, it is dead. Hussar, continue your march. Look at all this stuff that they could possibly have had, and then compare it to my side of the island, which is virtually nothing that I could hold. And even if I held it, it was worth nothing. Alright, so we know that they're not there. Hussar is just taking his sweet time. Hussar, ditch the heavy infantry. Do you have anything else that can't move? Oh yeah, you have the catapults. Never mind. Unless we could ditch the catapults as well, we can't do anything about that. Shigmel, just astrology. 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 End turn. Oh, Dark Wizard. There's an insane peasant in that area. You know what, in this guard tower, Rex the Dark Wizard will join us. You can kill the brigands. Hussar... Of course you're gonna force me to take the longer route. Okay, so the barbarians seem like they had an equally bad start. And Rex the Dark Wizard, who has a star ruby, which would give him pyromancy if he was a pyromancer. Shigmel, astrology. That's a really nice city that I would have loved to have known was there. I'm currently just using this now as a what else have I missed throughout the entire game? And I'll probably split this up into 2 parts because it's a final video. Oh, hi there. Drought has struck Elysium. I don't care. We are beings of water. I quite frankly do not care if there is a drought in Elysium. Mistalo, oh. Well, you could have held the line. Shigmel, special power, Centigrator horror. Drop it on their face. Send lesser horror, drop it on their face, and you missed. Alright, let's hope the boon horror can actually do stuff. End turn. Bandits! Fun. My guess is, display self? No, mirror image. Which creates a copy of himself. Good job, Moon Horror. Oh, the last commander's finally slain. Thank you! Narcy has won. Even in death our lord still reigns. The battle is finally over. Let us view the score graphs. Yeah, Cultists and I basically ran away with the game, and that's where I just scammed out my opponent and won that way. Gold income? Actually, I had more gold income than he did. He had more iron than me. Herb income, which exists for the barbarian only. Fungus doesn't exist for anyone. Sacrifices. Priest Kings when I killed them. I had greater sacrifice income? No, it looks like it was about even. Hanzagler, we had no necromancers, no Hobergs, rubies, pale ones. Pale ones effectively died out almost immediately. Trade, we were... Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. We're pretty much even the entire game. It's just my guess is that the AIs focus on summoning deep ones instead of what I was doing, which was going for the really big summons. It kind of helped him because the smaller summons have almost zero chance of failure, whereas the really big summons have a high chance of failure but a very high chance of really good payoffs, such as with, you know, Kings of the Deep. Oh well. Let's reveal the map, let's see. Oh hey, there was an island. The island was useless, but there was an island. What was up in this corner? I wouldn't touch this thing with a 10-foot pole. Why are there so many independents? Why? Why? Why is this allowed? Like, I killed so many of them. The realm around myself is stained with blood, and yet there's still more. It's almost disturbing. And then I just started dropping horror spam on top of them because I was sick and tired of dealing with their stuff. I'm so thankful that was their last commander. Alright. So, after the somewhat unexpected victory, I hope you all enjoyed watching. If you liked this series, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And this is me signing off from Conquest of Elysium. When we come back, we will be finally doing something different. Until then, so long.